The team seems to be in good spirits, I guess, well, we'll describe it.
I just think, going through the series, there's going to be emotional swings. I'm sure there was some emotional swings for them as the series unfolded. There's emotional swings for us, and I think it's how you respond from those swings to be able to regroup and get back at, competing again.
Really, all season long, we've talked about sustainability, things that you can do game in, game out. Is 44 three-point attempts just way outside the range of what you guys can allow?
Yeah, I mean, again, they got loose and they got free on some, and I also thought, some of Clay's threes were really very, very difficult, tough shots. You got to give him credit. He kind of got on a roll very similar to he did. I think it was in game 3 or 4 in that third quarter. But no question, they're a terrific 3-point shooting team, and you've got to be aware of that. And I've been saying all along, even in some games where maybe they haven't shot the ball at the level they have during the course of the season, it wasn't always all about our defense. It's our defense is we've got to do a good job of being where we're supposed to be, and then we're going to have to live with the result from that.
Billy, some have suggested that the team tenses up, that down the stretch, particularly at home, with the home crowd wanting it, say in this last game especially, and maybe it is as good, if not better, to be on the road. Do you have any feeling about that?
Yeah, no. Listen, I think for both teams, all the players want to win. They've invested a lot during a course of a long, long period of time. And you can get into moments where sometimes you can almost want it too bad. I'm not saying that that's what's happened to us, but that can happen. But I felt like coming down the stretch, you got to do it collectively together as a group, and whatever the situation and however it unfolds tonight, we've got to do it collectively as a group. And we've got to trust the pass. We've got to move the ball. We've got to collectively guard as a group. We've got to be prepared to help one another. You got to basically rebound the ball collectively. So I think in those moments, instead of it being just relying on one player to get a defensive stop or one player to get a score, you've got to utilize the team to help each other.
Is it more important, maybe more than get to start off right tonight, because they're going to have a lot of emotion off Game 6. Their crowd's going to be there. It's holiday. To start, how more important tonight, you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the same thing in Game 6, with them coming into our place, wanting to, get off to a good start. But I think because of the explosiveness of both teams, there's going to be runs in the game. We got them down by 12 or 13, and they were able to come back and get back in the game. Same thing happened here. In Game 1, we got down by double digit and were able to get back in the game. So it's going to be a 48-minute game. There's going to be swings in the game. We've got to basically be able to play through if we're not playing great, and if we are playing great, we've got to understand that we can't take our foot off the gas pedal. You still got to play against this team.
It seems like some of your best offenses come when you have driven closeouts. Why have you been able to generate those opportunities, do you think?
Well, I think just offense in general, there's so many terrific one-on-one offensive players that when you can generate 2 on the ball and the ball comes out, now the defense is scrambling, now you're in position to make decisions in terms of attacking the paint and attacking closeouts. And then you can generate extra pass and ball movement and those kind of things. So I think anybody's offense, if you look at the Warriors offensively, so much of what they do is from behind the line. But with that being said, they're also an attack-the-basket team too. And I think in order to be a good offensive team, you've got to be an attack-the-basket team because it generates fouls, it generates threes, it generates offensive rebounding. And then obviously defensively, you're always trying to protect the paint and be able to build out to the three-point line.
Being in the situation you guys are where you gave up a 3-1 series lead, does tonight feel any different? Is the pressure any different because of that?
No, I mean, listen, we understand what's at stake right now. Both teams do. This is it. This is the last game of this series, and it's on their home court where they've been exceptional. But I think what we want to try to do as a team is put our best foot forward and play the very, very best of our ability, and then we're going to live with the result, whatever it is. But I think our guys are excited about the opportunity to compete and play, and going into this series, we knew we were playing against obviously a team that won an NBA championship last year and set a record this year for wins in the regular season. So this is a terrific team. So we're excited about the opportunity to compete and be able to do this.
Is there a different feel or different focus being a Game 7, a little bit more like a college NCAA tournament thing? You lose, you're out.
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit like that right now, but obviously it's been a progression of leading up to the 7th game. But I do think there is a mindset you have to have in these situations in terms of how you're going to play. I think that the mindset of understanding, that neither team, is going to get back any possession, so to speak. And you really have got to do things, I think, in a way that you're collectively connected, and there's a high level of trust in terms of everybody doing their job to the best of their ability. Of trust in terms of everybody doing their job to the best of their ability.